Welcome everyone to another video on the channel, and today we are going to be doing Champions League predictions, something that Forest are never going to be in ever again. But I mean, I daren't mention it because I just get a comment saying we live in the past. I mean, we do, but still, at least we have a past to live in. But I thought I'd do something different today, being as my channel is going to be very Forest themed for quite a long time now. I mean, it already has a lot of Forest content on it, but I'm now just going to do a career mode series on top of it. I still want to do different things as well, so yeah, this is one of them. So let's do it. Group A, we have Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, the holders of course, Lokomotiv Moscow and RB Salzburg. Salzburg, it's one of them. Now this is probably quite straightforward, this group to predict, to be honest. I mean, Atletico, they always have aspirations to win the Champions League, but they never really tend to do it. They got to quite a few finals in the past in recent years as well, of course, losing to Real Madrid. I think every time, yes, they lost 4-1 and then they lost on penalties, I know that for sure. They have never won the Champions League, and I think it's about time that a club like them did. Bayern are just insane right now, okay? They already had Gnabry, Müller, Lewandowski, and just to make things even worse, they signed Leroy Sané. They just won the Champions League. They just beat Barcelona 8-2. And on their return to the Bundesliga, they win 8-0. Did they actually need Sané? They've made their attack even more scary. How is that actually possible? Do I need to say much more than that? Bayern are probably the best team in the world right now, other than Liverpool. Oh, wait. Lokomotiv Moscow, I'm not going to lie, I don't really give them much of a chance. I think they're just there to make up the numbers in this group. It's a shame when you see this, when a group has two massive teams in it, and then you see two teams that just don't really stand a chance of getting out of it. And I feel sorry for Salzburg, really, because they used to have players like Haaland and Minamino. They're basically their two-star players left them, and now they basically stand no chance at all. In Group B, very interesting this one. We have Borussia Mönchengladbach, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, and Shakhtar Donetsk. I think it is kind of easy to predict this one. I think Real Madrid should be winning this group, but do not write of Inter. Like, they've got some fantastic players. Of course, they signed players such as Hakimi and Arturo Vidal this season as well. I think Hakimi, it's really good that they've got a player like that. He was already at a big club. I'm surprised Madrid didn't try and keep him. So very good for Inter to get a player like that. I think it's really good that they've kept hold of Lautaro Martinez as well, because he's been linked with Barcelona for ages. I think it's great that they've kept him, because if they didn't keep him, I think they could struggle. Yes, they could have Lukaku as well, but the fact that they've got two probably close to world-class strikers, if not are world-class, then, you know, that's got to be a big threat for any team. Real Madrid, of course, you know, they're always going to be a massive contender. They're always up there to potentially win this competition, obviously. The last 2 years, it really hasn't gone well for them at all. It really hasn't. After winning it 3 straight years in a row, they get to the round of 16 in quarterfinals, you know? It's not great. In fact, no, what am I on about? Back-to-back round of 16. Yeah, that's mental, isn't it? Man City, that's probably fair. Ajax won incredible form when they played them. So, yeah, it's about time that they actually push forward and try and win it again. Mönchengladbach, I mean, they're no write-offs at all. I don't see them beating either of Inter or Real Madrid. Maybe they could draw with one of them. I doubt it, to be honest. I think they'll definitely finish third in this group, to be honest. And Shakhtar, I just think it's kind of easy to put them bottom, to be honest. In Group C, we have Manchester City, Olympiacos. I don't want to hear that name ever again. Marseille and FC Porto. Now, that is actually a really interesting group. I think that's a really difficult one to predict, because City, you know, are they ever actually going to win this competition? They've spent a ridiculous amount of money. They've got one of the best managers in the world, and yet they still can't win it. Like, if they don't win it this year, or even get close, or even get past a quarter-final, then I think people can call Pep a bold fraud, because everyone calls him that right now. I think he'll deserve to be called a bold fraud, to be honest, because, I mean, he spent all that money, they still can't win the Champions League, okay? I know it's not an easy thing to do, but the fact that they went out to Lyon last year is embarrassing, okay? And Lyon aren't even in the bloody competition this year, and yet they lost to them lot. Olympiacos, you know, they're no write-offs at all. They've got quite a few good players, the likes of Sudani, Andreas Boukalakis, Thiago Silva. Oh yeah, they all played for Forest, that's why. That's probably a negative, really, isn't it? You know, saying that they all play for Forest, that's probably a bad thing. But genuinely, I do think they are good signings. Obviously, Sudani and Boukalakis have been there a while, but I think Silva is a great signing for them. I really do. And Porto, you know, the last few years, they've actually gone quite far in the Champions League. Were they even in it last year? I don't even know if they were in it last year, but I know they got to the quarterfinals like the year before that, and I think they lost to Liverpool, so, you know, fair team to go out to. Wait, I didn't even realise that. Felipe Anderson is on loan to them from West Ham. I never even knew he went there. And Sarr from Chelsea, that youngster that they signed. Okay, you know what I'm doing it? I'm backing the partner club, even though I don't really like them for stealing our players all the time. Olympiacos second, Porto third, Marseille fourth. Group D, this is interesting as well. Ajax, Atalanta, Liverpool, and whoever the hell they are. I've heard of them, but I don't know how to say the name, unsurprisingly. Ajax have just not been the same since they went on that Champions League run. From that team, they no longer have De Ligt, De Jong, Van der Beek has also left them this summer as well, but they still do have a few good players around. Tadic, Promes, Onana still there, Tagliafico. So you know what, I take it back. They've actually got a few decent players still in their team. So they are no write-offs. But the fact that they went from the Champions League semi-finals to getting knocked out the Europa League in the first knockout round is pretty embarrassing, really, isn't it? You know, they fell. They really fell off a cliff last season. Atalanta, of course, they were fantastic last season in the Champions League quarter-finals, and they were on the brink of getting to the semi-finals until PSG scored those late goals, obviously. But I mean, they're no write-offs. We know that Atalanta are no write-offs at all. And of course, Liverpool, we all know how good they are. Back-to-back Champions League finals not even that long ago. Obviously, last season, it didn't go that well. Probably on Forest levels of bottling it, really. But I do think Liverpool, you know, they should easily be winning this group, I think. Ajax and Atalanta are very good teams, but they're nowhere near the level of Liverpool. So I think Liverpool win this group. Ajax second, Atalanta third. And I'm sorry, but I know I've not even analysed this team at all. I know, very, very unprofessional. But still, I don't rate their chances. I don't rate their chances at all. Group E, we have Chelsea, Krasnodar, definitely how you say it, Rennes, and also Sevilla. Now, that is really interesting, that group. Chelsea, of course, have been playing Football Manager in real life and even career mode. And then you realise it actually is reality. They signed Havertz, Ziyech, Werner, Chilwell, Silva. How have they signed all them players? It's like they couldn't sign any players for so long because of their transfer ban. And then they'd have just gone out and signed a ridiculous amount of players in one go. They should be easily winning this group, really, okay? And I know there's that thing, the players need to gel together, but so far this season, they've been doing all right. They probably could have done better, but still. Krasnodar, I don't know anything about them. I'm not going to lie, I don't know anything about them, to be honest. And do not write Rennes off either at all. This is their first ever year in the Champions League. And you may think, okay, favourites to be knocked out straight away. And I think we all thought that with Atalanta, but look what they did, quarterfinals last year. They've got some really good, exciting players. Obviously, Eduardo Cambambia, I butchered that, I know, but he scored on his debut for France the other day, so he clearly is going to be a very, very good, exciting player. I think he's going to be one of those massively overused players on FIFA as well. Steven Nzonzi is now there on loan from Roma, and also Daniele Rugani from Juve. And of course, Sevilla, we all know how good they are. They're fantastic in the Europa League, never tend to do that much in the Champions League in recent years anyway. First time back in the Champions League for quite a while as well, since they got to the quarterfinals. Probably the best they've done for a long time. I see this group being Chelsea, Sevilla, Rennes and Krasnodar. I've not even analysed them, but let's be honest, they're finishing bottom. In Group F, we have Dortmund, Club Brugge, Lazio and Zenit St. Petersburg. Yeah, pretty easy this one, I reckon. Obviously, I think Dortmund are coming top of this group. They've got some fantastic players. Obviously, Haaland is absolutely killing it right now. Reina as well, another youngster they've got there too. The amount of attacking options they have, Sancho, Royce when he's fit as well, is a top player. Julian Brandt. They've got a ridiculous team, Dortmund, and they should be winning. Probably need to be winning a trophy soon, like the German Cup, going on a run in the Champions League. They're a top side, Dortmund. Club Brugge, unlike Dortmund, I know very little about them. They always are that team that qualify for the Champions League because they're in quite an easy league for their level, but they never do anything in it. They're just one of those classic teams, like when Celtic get in the Champions League. They're incredible in Scotland, but they always get battered in Europe. And I think given the other teams in this group, I don't think that they will do anything special. I do not think they will. Now, I was going to say Lazio were going to finish second in this group, but they've signed Andreas Pereira on loan from United, so I don't rate their chances, to be honest. And of course, Immobile is their main man. Other players like Milinkovic-Savic. I'm amazed that he hasn't joined a bigger club yet. Like he's one of those players that are just destined to join Juventus in Italy, really. And what was I on about earlier? Dortmund are going to win this group with ease. Zenit have the greatest defender in the world in Dejan Lovren. That's a dead joke. I know. I need to really think of more original jokes. I'm sorry. But honestly, I think Dortmund will win this group quite easily. Lazio second, Zenit third, and Bruges in fourth. In Group G, we have Barcelona, Dynamo Kiev, that team, and Juventus. I may as well just say it right now. It's Barcelona and Juventus in the top two, really, isn't it? Kiev, and then the team that beats Celtic. That's how bad Celtic are in Europe. They can't even beat a team I can't even pronounce. I cannot wait to see, for the first time since Ronaldo left the La Liga, of course, Messi and Ronaldo going up against each other. That is going to be incredible. And I think Barcelona, they're really, really quite poor right now by their standards. Juve, they're looking up, of course. They lost the Coppa Italia final to Napoli, of course. But I do think, you know, they're still a top side, let's be honest. And they've got some amazing players. Imagine if they got Suarez as well. Oh my God. That would have been incredible. Suarez going up against his old team that early on in the competition. Mental. But you know what? I'm going to go against what I think a lot of people would just naturally do. I'm going to put Juve top of this group. Barca in second. It seems weird putting Barca in second in their Champions League group. Kiev and then that team in third. I know I've not even spoke about them, but is there even any point? Because it's so obvious who's going to go through in that group. If one of them doesn't, then I'm going to look quite stupid, really, aren't I? And in Group H, good luck, Man United. Man United, of course, PSG, Leipzig, and Istanbul. And again, a bit like Group G and Group A as well, it is pretty obvious that one of these teams is not going to stand the chance, really. That being Man United. Istanbul, obviously, being that team. I think United, on their day, we know they are a very good team. And, you know, they ended last season pretty strongly, even though they did bottle the FA Cup and Europa League in the semi-finals. But other than that, they ended the league really strong. And they somehow managed to finish third when they were nowhere near third place for basically the whole season. PSG, Champions League semi-finalists, they're going to really, really want to go for it again this year after being so close to doing it last season, of course. And Leipzig, they are no write-offs. They may have lost Werner, but they still have a lot of top young players. It is amazing how many players in their team could quite easily play for an even bigger club. And they were fantastic last season, I thought. They quite easily beat Atletico Madrid, and then, I mean, they got battered by PSG, but PSG tend to do that to a lot of teams. This is really interesting, this group. I'm going to put PSG top, Leipzig second, United third, and Istanbul fourth. I would like to see United go through because of the English team, but I just don't see it. I think Leipzig are genuinely a really good team, but we'll see. Are United going to get out of a very, very tough group? But please, by all means, let me know in the comments below your Champions League predictions. But yeah, if you enjoyed this slightly different video, I don't normally talk about just general, in particularly European football. But if you have enjoyed, please do like and subscribe to Rads. Let's get to 2,000 subscribers before 2021. Big ask, but let's hit it. Why not? It's a big, big goal. But I believe in the Apple Juice Nation, alright? Not the nation, Apple Juice Squad. Episode 3 of the Forest Career Mode will be out on Friday. A stream to Blackburn Rovers away for Forest will be on Saturday. And episode 4 on Sunday. So quite a bit of content still to come this week. But thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.